anything out of that. But outside of it, I would say probably certainly, I don't know, Game of Legion is starting to slip away. They've had some pretty rough games this morning. But oh, look at this. You guys saying you want to give those West Coast teams a chance. Well, sorry. Back over to the East we go.
So this is the TSM circle again. I would like to see them. Well, actually, I don't care. I don't care. Do what you want. I just hope it goes well. I'm slowly morphing into a fanboy. Actually,
this time goes the central point absolutely benefits them. It's the loot area they're in, of course. Oh no, G2.
Just G2 things.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so G2 in 10th place right now. They are 2,200 points.
They might lose Velen.
A player. Oh no, they are going to as well.
I thought he was on the other side of the hill.
Iron sights in it. Here comes Tab. Oh, Senya's coming over the other side. Oh, lordy.
Give me your lunch money.
Velen just got him down instead. Oh, Senya came in. Wow. Okay, so G2 down to 2 already. That's good night for them, I think. They're going to have to, well, it's snake time for them from minute 2.
Is there anything that goes right? I mean, they've had glimmers, and, you know, it's unfortunate that it always seems to be G2 in the early game getting caught out. But here's the live total ranking. So looking at the 6 through 8 position, which is kind of the crunch time spot, there is, like you said, there's only 400 points difference between 9th and TSM's position of 6th. Though this is the game for if they can get just 300 points, they should be okay. And this is the perfect setup. So all benefit and all advantage so far as positioning is concerned goes to TSM here. It's how they manage it through the mid game.
And the reason I'm saying it's possible is because, you know, generally, when you're picking up a win, you're looking at about 600 points because you get the 400 placement points and you get a couple of kills in there involved. You're generally going to get a decent amount of kills unless you've really been lucky and snaked it and picked something crazy up. Also, I'm never going to write it off ever again because of how Knights performed with their final game at GLL.
Right.
You know, they made up a incredible, like 700+ points. It should never have happened, but it happened. It totally can happen. And when we're talking 2 games to go,
what place did they come in?
The Knights?
Yes.
Yeah, well, they kind of did do that great once they actually got there. But they got there. That still counts, right?
That's true.
And now they're partnered with the Steelers. So congrats to those guys. We'll be seeing them in the league, obviously. The question is, who's going to be joining them? The top 8 at the moment stands as Avangard, Penta, Jokers, Gamer Legion, Tornado, Energy Battle, TSM, Alpachinki, and Fenerbahce. They are going to be the 8 teams at the moment.
They're bullying G2 right now, the Jokers.
Yeah, they're going to finish them. They're going to flush them. Or it could turn around and Zyphon and Wacko could suddenly go ham here and wipe Jokers out. It could backfire. Wacko's in the warehouse, right? Oh, God, he's got a shotty.
I was going to say, they could turn around and wipe Jokers, and I could also not have pizza for dinner again tonight. So we'll see.
Look, I'm taking you to the restaurant.
Okay.
It's a bloody good restaurant. This time you can get out that damn hotel, and we'll go and have some food.
Send food, please.
I think Toffees is going to be joining us. So
I've almost lost 2 pounds since I've been here. It's getting very dire. Oh, my God, it's happening.
Okay, send you down. 16 points for Zyphon. Flush it. There we go. Okay, and this is the danger. So if you're taking it into 1v1v1s, it's totally doable. I think D-Mash is not with these guys. Kemba gonna get Wacko down. Now it's all on Zyphon. Yeah, you got to push it, Zyphon. You either snake it or not. That was such a nonchalant finish from Kemba.
He's like, yeah, whatever.
Just like spray your feet.
I want to get a live shot of the G2 booth right now. I mean, not only to I don't want to bask in their sadness or anything like that, but I just imagine the frustration they're feeling right now.
Yeah. Can we get a live camera angle on Crimson? Because at least he's out the back.
Yeah. He's just crying into a...
He's like, screw you guys! Uh-oh. Tab and Kemba, they kind of sussed him out now.
If you're wondering what else is going on around the map, TSM is in transition. They're finding a center point. Looks like they're going to be tealing a little bit with OHM, who's also in transition. But for now, there's not a lot else going on.
Oh, they double peaked so well. Jokers flushed down G2.
Before the 6-minute mark.
Big fat 0. They're going to get 16 points for the kill, but that is all. That will be all they get. Yeah, and like you say, 6 minutes. Oof. And that comes down to almost sheer stubbornness in we are going to go drop, get the vehicles, go up to South George. and just discounting the fact that you're dropping into Joker's territory.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like they dropped, you know, away from it. They dropped on the road where Joker's, like on the road by Ferry Pier. You literally hot dropped Joker's. And surprise, surprise, you got flushed.
Another name in the Wook book as Wookie Bookie gets...
Is that now a thing, the Wook book?
Yeah, another name in the Wook book for Wook, you know?
And that's OHM basically going onto the phase wall, effectively, which of the edge of the prison where they've used to go there. And I know it's... was it either EG... or someone that basically tried to claim like FaZe took it from us.
I am not.
And now everybody refers to it as the FaZe wall.
That's so EG. Yeah, did they? Is that what happened?
I'm sure it was EG. I'm almost certain. They're like, that's our spot, and FaZe.
Is it?
FaZe saw us use it, and then they basically said, yeah, that's a good idea, and took it from them. I'm sure it was EG. I felt like it was.
Okay.
I'm trying to think it may not be EG. I might be wrongly giving it, wrongly blaming someone, but I'm almost certain. But either way,
EG should be thankful for any point on the map that they can have.
Oh, wow.
Just saying.
They did all right recently.
From what I hear, they're struggling to get out of the first stage of the NA qualifier. So, you know what? Me and AG have a long history, at least in PUBG.
OHM are leaving, by the way. They're just like, screw this. So now, by the way, Xian's actually gone into the compound. That's the compound that FaZe now hold instead of being on the wall. They've decided to, it seems, anyway, but let's ignore talking about FaZe because they're not here.
Neither is EG. It's a different region.
Neither is EG, yeah. They're in a completely different region. So OHM.
Shout out to Watts, by the way.
And they're having a big spread here, and they're going to hold out. So TSM a little bit more centralized and around that vehicle. Oh, dear. Rory's staring straight at him. I don't know why he didn't go for the shot there, because they've already killed one of them. It's not like you don't know where they are. I guess he's just waiting for him to stand still. Yeah. Duck. Is he going to stand still? Get a better angle? Maybe get an angle where he can flush it as well. That's possibly it. They're going to they're going up far higher up the hill. Penta just grouping up around the farm. It's another Western Circle, guys. We know where they're all going to be going. Tornado in and around the edge of Milta. By the way, I should mention Tornado have gone full greed now. They're just like, screw you guys. If nobody else is going Milta Power, we're going to loot it as well. So they're taking Milta and Milta Power. They are looted out of their mines coming into these circles. Jokers, they're having a good time, aren't they? They are very much safe and secure up in third place. They've picked up 3 chicken dinners throughout this tournament, 3,800 points. Taking a couple of pot shots as Fenerbahce pass on by. They're the team that are currently in 8th spot. Would love to keep all 4 players alive as they start to rotate into the first circle. That's a mistake. They're going to take shots here. Fenerbahce are pulling up on the hill. They're going to turn around and batter Crew, I feel, here.
So now for Avangar, you have to wonder. He said we're just going to have some fun. I wonder what that looks like for Avangar.
Well, they're coming over the east bridge, so they will be into safety in a moment. Crew continuing to go on parallel with Fenerbahce. Fenerbahce just ahead of them. As I was saying, I feel as taking shots out the window is all fun and games until the other team decides to pull up ahead of you, just like Fenerbahce are about to do, and they're going to turn around and light them up. Oh, he tried to run him over.
That's how that works. That's how that works.
PUBG physics right there.
I, for one, am proud of our vehicle physics.
A buggy.
All right.
Oh.
Whatever. You know, that's...
You know, there are some heavy bikes in the world. That's not one of them.
Yeah, no doubt.
Well,
that's how physics works. I took multiple physics classes. I mean, which is to say, I went to a couple of classes.
Yeah. Anyway, Crew got themselves the spot, and they are safely in the zone at the moment. Sans Domicile, I feel sorry for these guys. Like they almost center up perfectly every single round. They're there plenty of time. They get themselves the spots, and the circles just keep on shifting away from them.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Melman, Tornado, taking a look at Penta in the south. It's kind of a smooth transition here, other than G2, who was wiped at 6 minutes. But I mean, there's a lot of space on the field right now, and it looks like everyone's just kind of settling into the early game and see how it goes here for the first couple of rotations. For the most part, Alliance getting a little closer to OHM.
Jokers are going to go for that compound.
Yeah,
I think that Brixco is that. Maybe not.
teams to watch really are just in that 7 to 8 range.
Yeah.
Seven, or I should say 6 to 8 range.
Exactly. That's really who we should be focusing on. Zuktanam being one of them. They're in the standard ditch where Method tend to pull up. Gamer Legion, they're sitting in around in Alamo, etc. You can see Alliance are looking to try and make their way down. 60's kind of separated. That's another Southern Circle. I feel like we've had this one before.
Just want to point out that Gustav and Wookie Bookie are in Lumber Mill right now.
Well, yeah. They're trying to pull out the old.
Saying.
Yeah, I know what you're going. The old one, but yes, former team. But anyway, they're probably gonna have to move out of there. And well, at the moment, the peak where Tornado Energy and Jokers are sat of Milta, just the northern edge of Milta is now the central point. Of course, we know that Phase 4 will pull away, so most teams are going to be looking to centralize. Once again, of course, Penta holding the farm, and Jokers trying to engage. This is pretty much the central point of the next circle, so it's definitely a fight for position. Jokers engaging with Tornado, both teams pretty secure in the next round. Turtle, can he get the shots off? Wookie does, catches OHM out again.
This is an important fight for TSM. I'd like to get this one on the big picture and see how that goes for TSM in the woods there around Lumber Mill. Yeah, actually, OHM is just dipping away. Gamers Legion now coming in behind them, so for TSM maybe picking up another couple of kills in rotation. And the Jokers are going to try and get backed off by some grenades as they come in to force them away. But that southern bridge area, that's where all the action is.
I feel that TSM are just too late moving. They're just starting to sit where they are in the Lumber Mill.
I think they're playing cautious. Maybe we put a little bit of the nervousness into them. I don't know what the game plan is, but at this stage, 15 up, 15 alive, or 15 teams are alive, I should say, at the 13-minute mark. Isuba, they're doing nothing. They're up in the north, just kind of chilling. But here's Crew getting shelled once again by Penta.
They've managed to get one down. Ropchat finishes. Gets the angle on Kane, but immediately gets lit up as soon as he gets around the side. Tries to get an angle, but Chris is there as always. The flanks, that's the problem with Penta. You think you found one, and then you realize you're getting flanked from both angles.
And then Chris kills your entire team. That's, that's what happens.
Oh, Crew, it's just not been their tournament. Sadly, they qualified so well, actually, by the way, in the Middle East and African qualifiers, which basically ended up being 16 Turkish teams in the final round. But Crew were solid throughout, but it just hasn't been a good event for them. Uno trying to get a couple of pot shots with that Mini 14 on Zuktatnam in the distance, but not really able to find anything. The rest of his team destroyed at farm. I question why they chose to go farm. I think it's pretty secure. You know, we've had 2 rounds very much in this exact same circle. We know that Penta's a farm, guys. Come on.
Farm is not clear.
No. I mean, they start there, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
They start there, the circle goes there, they stay there.
And they're just like, all right, well, we'll just be here.
I guess we're just farm again. Avangard sneaking up behind Jokers, by the way. Isuba taking the southern route past Mill to Power. And there's Avangard. Snoopy sneaking in. Unoctive coming up with him. And I think as Unoctive just said, we're going to have some fun. And this is really the definition of fun in PUBG. When you have nothing to lose, you go hunting for those frags, and it often pays off.
Jesus.
Unoctive through, taps down.
He doesn't
just hop, skip, and a jump, flying, jump past,
come get me.
Pre-firing as much as they can. And yeah, Jokers, this is problematic. They obviously engaged early on Jokers. They lost Senya then. Kemba being the last man standing now as D-Mash was picked off by the guys from Tornado a moment ago.
Who's going to get him?
Holding the angle.
The double peek.
Holding the angle.
They know he's
Discipline. Gets out one. Can't get the second. Unoctive finishes off.
Snoopy is like, I'm on fire.
Yeah, who threw the molly?
We've been over this. Stop trying to set me on fire.
Oh, well, he did himself, didn't he? Last time?
Yeah.
Or was it Unoctive? I can't remember. I feel like it was
one of them.
Snoopy.
One of the Avangard
Snoopy,
boys, yeah. Well, that's that for Jokers as well. So now we're down to 14. And for Avangard, they're playing very loose. And I have to say, this is a really good example of just how difficult the GLL lobby was. Avangard was like a middling team at GLL and is now just like freely destroying.
Yeah. Same with Team Ready in Group B, I guess.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, it's the same thing there where the quality of teams, even in a 16-team environment, if you take out 2 or 3 of those top teams and replace them with teams that are trying to qualify or even mid-tier teams, the good players have so much more room to maneuver, and I think that's really important to just indicate how high the skill ceiling is in PUBG. It is really, really difficult at the high end.
Well, there we go. Circle pulling away. Phase 3 pulling away from the water, so we knew it was going to be on Phase 4, but Milton still very much encompassed there. TSM staying where they are around the lumber mill. Gamers Legion also up on the hillside with a 2-2 split, but they're getting engaged upon. Mumino trying to make a push. Don't really know where they're going to go here. 7, they're a long way out. Cruz hooked it now. Fenerbahce, Pento all outside the circle on the western edge. Meanwhile, Alpachinki coming down from the forests of prison area. So they're going to be just moving out. Alliance has gone for a really weird split. I guess they're just playing by the numbers now, right?
North-south. Well, it's a north-south split, right? So, I mean, oh, no, Sigsy. Well, Sigsy is the insurance policy then up there.
Yeah.
So it is still technically a north-south split, just not the 2-2. It's like a 2-1-1 with an insane amount of distance between the two. Isuba arriving in the center. And there's Crew. It's Uno. He's trying to sneak in and not get murdered.
And he got in. Now he's just going to keep his bloody head down because Tornado have an angle. Domicile north. Bunch of rotations from the western end. Zuktanam being one of them, of course, here. Coming in from the west, trying to blast it through. They've got to be careful. If they turn in a little too much, you can see Sans Domicile in the compound just to the right there. We'll be passing by north of them.
I'd like to see what the scores look like now.
Heading towards Sigsy. I think, is Sigsy in the small compound there?
I think there's a wizard tower around. Oh, no, it's actually a little bit too far south.
Yeah, the wizard tower. Magister's in it. Yeah,
He's just chilling in the woods somewhere.
I'm not sure if there's that. No, the wizard tower's further. There's one
yeah,
further south.
Magister's
right?
in the wizard tower, and then.
Zuktanam could pick up kills on 7 here. So they're passing up by. They're going the edge of shelter. So they have the edge. Yeah, 7 are coming straight towards them.
Yeah, they're actually being forced that way too. And Fenerbahce, that's another team that if they have a good round, that makes things interesting as well. So for Evil, got a line. See if he can get Drag out of the. Ooh, he did. Well, someone did actually. It was Kravik getting him down. Drag is going to get away. And that's 2. That's Zuktanam picking up kills.
Out.
Yeah.
Zuktanam getting Chris down. That's a frag confirmed. They get themselves another. Fenerbahce diverting. I think Kalimdor's going to run straight into Gamer Legion. Yes, he is. You can see in the bottom right there, peppered by Hamster.
Very quick. Man, it's seconds. You make one mistake in rotation and you're dead. The end. Game over. And there's actually 2 in this vehicle. So where they're rotating around is way up north.
Fenerbahce going to run. Yeah, I mean they're going to go. They're going to follow Penta in, right? Penta are going to go straight into TSM. You can see they're going straight in behind Udyr. Udyr's probably going to divert. Brexico's basically pulled up right next to Turtle. Ooh. Turtle's biding his time. The rest of TSM are coming over now. He's just giving the information.
Help.
Saying they're here. Just spotted me. Okay, take the shot. Back away. The rest of the team needs to support him. He's got no smokes at the moment down, so needs to back off.
You think that those shots are premature?
Yeah, definitely. I think
I'm wondering about that. I don't know.
He waited until the player looked his direction, just felt he'd been spotted. Yeah. That's a good nade.
A little short, I think.
So, yeah, I think it's the trees. Just, I think the fact he dodged forward into that tree. Fenerbahce continuing to go around, knocking the back there. BSD. This is big, by the way, for TSM and the like. Fenerbahce sitting on that bubble at the moment. Wookie finishes it and steals it with that M24.
Nice shot there from Wook Wook as.
Wook Wook.
I like it. There was a server I used to play Battlefield on called Wook Wook. So now that's in my brain. I'm going to say that.
Oh, that was a nice shot from Amster. Yeah, an Edelweiss.
Is there another one? No, maybe not.
Cheeky beak. That's the Harry Potter we were talking about. We thought Sigsy maybe was in it. Sigsy is actually sitting on the northern tip of the circle. 2 members of Alliance sitting, I wouldn't say central, further south, and T-Bone very much south. So it's a big split from Alliance, trying to play the numbers with the circle. It's worked out. They've got 3 members in there. Sigsy just needs to make a little crawly move. TSM still with the lumber mill going to be inside there. Gustav down, though, but he's going to get revived in a moment. He's got Rory right next to him. Okay, Gamers Legion, they're going to go for the shack. Bjorn's going for the shack. That's a risky play. Possibly just go for the 3-1 split. Of course, Gamer Legion, it's all about securing points for them. They are in 4th place. They're looking like they're pretty much done and secure. Avangard coming on the edge of Milta. Meanwhile, TSM continuing to take shots down on Penta.
There he is, looking to put some hurting on Penta. Is a Wookie Bookie. Looking down. I don't think that Penta's really particularly interested in anything right now other than roaming the hills, looking for berries, foraging for food, finding a way into the zone. As for TSM, I think that they have some flexibility to kind of rotate around Lumbermill, but they're going to have to come across. 7 is on the other side of it, getting some pressure from Asuba. Alpachinki is on the north side by the Prison Ridge. They're going to have to come south. So really the northern side of this circle is left to be decided with Asuba and 7 and TSM having all the hard cover, but it's a relatively complex area to traverse. Same with Zogt and Nam. They're harassing at distance. Sans domicile. It looks like they did get it down, and they're going to press this and see if we can get a fight happening here. On the low side is Erki. Up top is Vascu, and they've got the teammates in behind with Evil in the back line. And here's Alliance.
Oh, 60 down. He's going to get flushed out. Looks like he's caught out. Sans domicile catching another nade. Zukta Nam just pushing through the Frenchman. It's not been their day.
THC's on the high side. He might get something done there.
This is all great for Zukta Nam, by the way. A team chasing the points. This is what we're talking about. You know, the likes of TSM, they're not safe. 2,300 points for Zukta Nam. 400 points behind TSM. Just very much on top of Fenerbahce and looking to surpass them already. I think live standings probably would have passed them because they picked up about 5 or 6 kills already here. CSGO all alone with Contestic down. He's going to look for it. Now, totally doable for a player like CSGO. Quality player in his own right.
and THC both. I mean, they've had individual success as well. I think THC is probably he's got items in the game for God's sake. So I mean, for THC, he won Broadcaster Royale with Damian. So
OHM in trouble. Avangard pushing them in the edge of Milta. Yeah, it's another Avangard. We're going to have fun. Yeah, OHM like, run! Run! The bike's in flames.
Please, no. I take it all back. You can have it. I don't even want this compound. I don't care.
I remember Avangard of old, you know, just remember Sims talking about it before when he's come against them in servers before, and you're like, you just even in public servers, say take a shot of them as they're passing them by, and they literally all turn and start come straight at your building. It's just like, how dare you shoot us? And I think that's the style Avangard are in right now. They're just in that fun, let's go crazy style.
Oh my God, he bounced the nade off his face.
Oh dear! I think he got sniped and then the nade blew up right next to him, so it was almost an insta flush.
Well, I mean the headshot hit him as soon as the nade did, and Wookie Bookie going down. That's 7 at the other side of Lumber. I was wondering what was going to happen to Lumbermill. That's a shot across the bow from 7.
He's super very close to them as well. CSGO, Alpachinki all within range with one another. The smoke going down. It's going to be another revive. The circle centers up this time, so most teams just going to have to continue to contract. It does mean Avangard got to come across the field. Tornado got to push in towards Gamer Legion unless they decide to rotate further north. It does mean, of course, Zukta Nam and Alpachinki, 2 teams very close on points, will likely clash along with Isuba.
Gustav will take one back from 7 as the headshot will be returned. And for now, it's TSM going to have to rotate into the zone. 7 did get an advantage, but Isuba is going to play a factor as well. They're going to take down Greg as well. And there's a flank 100% happening as 7 is getting picked apart in the forest.
Yeah, it's been the story really, isn't it, of the entire week.
Oh, he was down too. Okay.
Edelweiss, down to Mackendok. Just needed Timber, and that's while they're about to be pushed, by the way. Tornado about to push them, so that was a big, monumental error because he's left Hamster. Look, they're both going to bleed out. They're done. It's Hamster in a 1v2 at the moment because his teammate Bjorn is actually in the shack in the fields. So don't think they're going to be thanking anyone for that one. The nade's going to go to the side. Hamster's down low, though. We know he is. I think they're expecting him to be up above.
He's out.
Hamster's
he can hear the footsteps.
Outside the back there. Yeah, I think he definitely heard it there. And he's going to give the
call
to his team, gets in the vehicle. But I don't think that's going to work. I think sending it now, I mean, it's obviously a panic moment. You've got to try and do it, try and survive. Gamer Legion are already in 4th place, so I think it's not the end of the world for them. A team that does need all the points they can get is Alliance and Penta, who are free fragging at the moment, have found them. T-Bone and Moleman forced to scramble.
I think it's kind of over for Alliance. Oh, Abigar getting some
going
pressure.
straight to Bjorn. Straight Bjorn's
We're
in the shack.
coming for you.
Oh no, Bjorn.
He's like, please, not again.
Alpachinki getting picked off. TSM making the move in Lumbermill. Meanwhile, Bjorn is also getting sieged here. He's going to try and push out, try to run at them. Aggressive play, but Gamer Legion go down in 13th place while TSM call into the box. It's very clustered up here in the north. You can see Yusuba, Alpachinki next to them, TSM in the foreground, background, and Zukta Nam, if you just look left, are to the left as well. You can see it on the minimap. All very much within shooting range. Sezco just sitting in the smoke.
This is an interesting spot. I love firefights here. One of my very first games I ever watched in competitive PUBG ended up here, and this is a cool spot. There's lots of cover, lots of flanking routes. And for Asuba, they're more interested in Alpachinki as TSM slowly encroaches on the other side. And there's actually quite a cluster up here. There's 4 or 5 different teams, including the remnants of SDF with Sezco. So this northern side, considering this circle being in the open field, is going to be a big factor. Avangard has crashed that shack and took it over. Penta's on the western side, or the eastern side, rather. And now it's going to be Alpachinki getting into it with Zoktan Nam. And I think that they might have an advantage. Oh, here comes a big, this might be a huge nade.
It's a little to the left. I think he might catch
They're going to run into it.
Certainly will. Gets around the side, returns one as well. Vasco gets taken down first, and Zukta Nam, a done and dusted dream for you. Just wipe them out, and that is a disaster. 12th place for them is not good. TSM coming in and benefiting from it, but Alpachinki picking up kill after kill. Alf plays, just gets himself a hatful as well. Alpachinki already in 7th place. It was a team that Zukta Nam were chasing. May well have just cost them the tournament.
I want to see some more aggression from TSM. They just did a bunch of damage. They know who's out there. It looks like they're going to approach a little bit slowly. I'd like to see them just, you know.
Sezco pops out. He's going to get himself 16 points, make it 32. He'll go down now. TSM will finish him off, and suddenly Alpachinki 10th.
7 kills. That's pretty gnarly for TSM here. So this is the game they needed for sure.
Problem, yeah, I mean, I actually feel like this has just secured it. Now, Fenerbahce are still alive as well. They're on the bubble, with Marco basically sitting and crawling his way and using Penta as a bullet shield for him. Here's Alliance down low. That was Udia being taken down. That was a long time ago. I think it was almost a phase ago, that one. Moreman. Mumino's got your clock. He's even using the physics. He's using the angles. It's like a golf shot just rolling up, but it's not quite enough there. Thought he could pot it in the hole. TSM making the move, coming down south. They've got themselves a good position to the north there. You can see them on the ridge line. They have Mumino and Moreman right here in front of them. They just heard that nade, so they know that somebody's down there. Is Turtle going to toss a nade himself?
This is what I love to see, and this is the style of play that a lot of top teams will use.
Okay,
it's just swarming.
They've noticed it. They were so focused on this. Tornado's just coming right behind them. Look at this.
Hey.
Compot trying to get the shot off. Doesn't manage to land it. Brexico, in meanwhile, pops up. He gets involved. That's going to be a cluster going down. Penta picked off in 8th place. Alliance collecting some kills there, but Tornado looked to engage on TSM. Gustav down. Wookie Bookie down. The nade's going to follow through.
Move forward.
Get across there. Oh, he bounces to the side. Wookie goes down. Rory dodges out of the way of it, but Turtle's in trouble. Another nade comes in. Rory gets smashed as well. Turtle going to get pushed down. A Tornado energy battle just flushing through TSM. Now Avangard having fun, getting pulled into it, but T-Bone clashes them off. Alliance may well pick up a lot of points here if they can benefit from the side shot. They are both split 1-1. And Fenerbahce, by the way, I should mention, already still in this circle. They're the teams that are being chased. Fenerbahce on the 8th spot right now. TSM, they can't go out now.
They watched Tornado walk towards them. Did it not feel like that? It feel like they were like, there's Tornado. We have something.
They literally stopped, turned around, and said, yeah, they're coming towards us. Let's all cluster by the rock.
Yeah, I mean...
Nade, good night. There's the next one. Turtle,
I'm just a caster. I don't know what I'm talking about. That's an unfortunate turn of events. That's all I can say.
Well, I mean, okay, 7th place. They got about 7 or 8 kills, so I'm pretty sure they're secure.
They're fine, but
they're safe.
It's the behavior. It's the behavior.
Yeah, I think it's just been a very nerve-wracking day for them overall. Yeah. But that will be enough points upfield to secure them. Now, obviously, for Tornado, they just assume they're clashing into TSM. TSM knew that 7 and Alliance were there. They knew there was 2 teams extra because that's who they were trying to flush out, but they couldn't see them. Avangard and Tornado are about to go at it. This is really a battle for fun because both these teams, 3 men standing. Unuctive is the team player we need to be looking at, not Azran running down the side here. We need to be looking at Unuctive because he's right next to them. He's got X-Team and Kamka flanking him, but we'll keep looking at Azran who's not looking at anything. He's dead.
I want to keep talking about TSM. I mean, even when Alpachinki was getting wiped, they had the opportunity to move up and get up another couple of free kills with Sezco when he flanked, but they just stood there and watched. you have to try and seize the initiative, I think. I would really like to know the mentality there. But regardless, Tornado did a terrific job of clearing them out, and now it's going to be a battle for the northern side with a couple of snakes here and there. T-Bone and Molman are split out. There's Marco interspersed there, Mumino. It's just Avangar is doing whatever, and Tornado is going to take one down with an Nuctive.
Yeah. I'll be surprised if Tornado don't go on and win this now.
Yeah.
They have
a good spot up there.
I mean, they've even got M249 as well in this sort of closed territory. That's deadly. Oh, Marco Devecchio, I think he's been found, but doesn't matter. He snaked his way into 6th place, so it's perfectly fine. Compot going to be having some fun. Can he land a running shot? Not going to get it the second time. One more bullet. Peek, you lose.
Marco is just like from tree to tree.
A little shake of the head, like, ah! A little angry shake of the mouse there. Does get spotted out. It's going to be 6th place for Fenerbahce, and of course they were in 8th spot. So securing more points. That's all they need to do. Keep chunking those points in. They were at 2,300. They're going to be about 2,600, I think, at the end of this. Still not secure with 1 game to go, but they did a lot. And that's exactly all they needed to do. Without Pachinki and TSM both picking up frags as well, it's looking dangerous for the likes of Zugtatnam and especially G2. I think we can discount them now. Zugtatnam is probably the only team now that's in with a chance in the final game.
Yeah, this we'll see what it shakes out to. It will be kind of tight there at the bottom half of the leaderboard in that top 8, but for now there are many teams who are just coasting and having a good time. So it's setting ourselves up for a definitely interesting final couple of days. But for the most part, there's teams that are showing confidence in their wins, and making it out of group stages, and then there's teams that are still showing some lack of confidence.
A lot of nerves.
A lot of nerves, exactly. So at this stage, getting out of groups is the goal, but there's limping in and then there's charging in, like we've seen from Avangar, and even to an extent Penta as well.
And for a lot of teams, obviously we talked a lot about it with Optic at GLL being their last event, effectively. That's really the same for most of these teams. If you don't get in PL, you're done.
Yeah,
you're out of that. Your pro career is finished. You're going to be going down to Contenders, sure. You're probably going to be another Zugtatnam. You're looking for a name, literally, as you're trying to find out how it can work, or sans domicile, effectively, if you're French. But it's Avangar down low. T-Bone on the flank. He's spotted. Avangar will finish him off. It's a 3rd place. Probably the best finish for Alliance, actually, ironically. But I think it's a little too late for them, sadly. Tornado, though, the CIS clash. Nice. It's been the story of Group A, the CIS clashes. Asvaran all alone now as Kamka gets himself another.
Get a kill.
Asvaran.
Get 2 kills.
Can he get a second? He's totally capable of it. X-Team gets a peek around the side with the tree working out in his favor.
No help.
It's a 1v1. I actually say there is no help. Compot's making his way down the side here. He's going to get the first aid off as well.
Yeah, I don't think so. He's
cancelled.
He can hear the footsteps. He's wondering, yeah.
Compot right above him. Oh, no! Compot spotted.
You're jumping?
Drop straight down. Asvaran could do it now. He's in a 1v1. Kamka, he's sticking the revive. No, Kamka bleeds out.
There's no revive.
X-Team. It's X-Team Asvaran.
The same health, too. He's got a full boost.
But there's an M249.
Come on, bro.
An M249 for X-Team.
Who jumps off the rock there?
The underhand nade could get them both. That could get them both. It's going to come over the side. Gets on the side. It hits a little bit of X-Team. Doesn't do too much damage.
He should have done a 360 if he was going to jump off the top of the rock like that. Do a trick at least, like if you're going to throw.
MLG 360 no scope. Swing your way into victory. That's how you take a chicken dinner in a big qualifier.
Come on, Avangar. Show me what you got, dude. The boost is ticking. He's getting the health advantage. X-Team has no boost running.
41 bullets in a dream. I mean, at the moment, the M249 is not giving him any advantage because it's 41 versus 40, and it takes a mile to reload that gun, so he can't afford to reload it right now.
He's got 41 bullets. I mean, it's essentially even, aside from the fact that the boost is... He's going to be back to full health here. He's just waiting. Yeah.
Asvaran's quite happy, and he's got the central spot.
He's looking the wrong way, though.
This is looking like a second chicken dinner for Avangar.
He's looking the wrong way.
X-Team...
Hello?
Yeah.
Maybe logged out.
I mean... locked out. He's holding the angle, locking out. Oh, he's dead. Sure. No, X-Team. Oh, no. The nerves kicked in. X-Team doesn't catch it. This on-hand nade might be enough. Whip over the side. X-Team runs away from it.
Got him a little bit.
Yeah, did a lot of damage. That's the second one. Is that going to be enough? Gets the car. Doesn't quite get X-Team.
He plugged his... He actually switched his mouse to his left hand, I bet.
Get a peek around the side. Well, now he has him completely clocked Azrin here. What's he hiding for?
I don't know.
This is and like neither of these teams need the win. That's the thing. It's like just go for the fight, boys.
Avangar is currently all changing shoes with each other or something like that. Just, you know. Here comes the circle.
Snoopy's standing up like, I got this. Give me the mouse. Give me the mouse.
Yeah, one's on the keyboard, one's on the mouse. Unactive is breakdancing in the background.
Well, the circle's closing, boys. I mean,
I think Azrin has the circle advantage too.
I think X Team's kind of on the star, isn't he? No, they're pretty close to it.
They're pretty damn close.
One of them's gonna have to run over the rock. It kind of sells you like it's like they're either side of a smaller rock. It's actually a damn big rock because of the sun. Azrin takes a tag from the blue. Gotta move.
Oh, come on, dog!
And well, X Team, who was holding the angle, will go down. And Avangard take a back-to-back chicken dinner. And we talked about it before. When there's teams like this that are already qualified, just having fun with it. We've seen them sieging houses. We saw them basically OHM running in fear for their lives out of the house because of it. And Avangard just absolutely enjoying life right now at the top of the table. They've surpassed the 5,000+ point limit now as well.
They're trying to figure out.